Hey everyone, welcome back to 996 The Howl. It's been a while. The past month I've had some night terrors here and there, just dreaming about, the Coyotes are tanking again, they're rebuilding, just literally envisioning myself watching the games and being disgusted and then waking up and facing the realization that yes, it's going to be a tough year, hasn't even started yet. Nothing's happened the past month, right? So they finally announced the rookie tournament happening in Arizona. Hockey is still happening in Arizona. It's going to be 5 NHL teams, maybe 6. The California teams, LA, San Jose, Anaheim, and then Vegas and the Avalanche will be joining the Coyotes, making it 6 teams. So, that's good. The Coyotes have been looking to host the rookie tournament. It's always usually hosted in California, but finally it's in the desert. And they announced the roster today, along with their developmental camp today. One of the most glaring omissions you would see here, because this is the most notable players you should keep an eye on in the rookie tournament roster. Josh Doan, not on the rookie roster, but on the player development camp. Not sure why. Maybe, at first I'm like, they haven't signed Doan to an entry-level contract yet. Maybe that's why he's not on the rookie roster. But Manix, yes, his first name is Manix. Manix Landry and Valentin Nussbaumer are not signed to entry-level contracts either, yet they're on the rookie roster. So maybe Josh Doan has better things to do. I don't have the answers, I'm sorry. But Josh Doan is not playing in the rookie tournament. But let's go. These are the most notable players you should keep an eye on. A lot of these are new names. A lot of these players should be making their Roadrunners debut this upcoming season. So it's good to familiarize with these names. We'll start with Dylan Gunther, just signed an entry-level contract this week. Maybe that good PR move and good news should have came out maybe a couple weeks ago, but they saved it till about a week before the rookie tournament. Rookie tournament is happening middle of September, so maybe about 2 weeks it starts. So Dylan Gunther, expecting some big things. It would be awesome. It would be such a huge sigh of relief if he could just, play exceptional in this rookie tournament, play to his strengths, show that he's a good forward with a good shot who makes great plays, just a great forward that should be, a 9th overall quality. If we can get that right out of the gate, it would be awesome. Obviously, he's not playing for the Coyotes this upcoming season. He'll play a season or two wherever it may be in the Western Hockey League, I believe, yes, it's the Brandon Wheat Kings, somewhere in Western Canada. Didn't really look that up. Next, we have Macelli, who's been in the Finnish leagues, tearing it up. You have to see highlights of this player. A pure sniper. I'm so excited to see him on the Roadrunners this season, hopefully. He's been in the Finnish leagues for so long that he better get acclimated to North American ice. I want to see him close to the Coyotes. I'm actually pretty high on Macelli. Just watching his highlights, like I've said, a great shot, a pure sniper, shoot first mentality. Really excited for that in the Coyote system. Feels like it's been a while since we have had a player like that. Next is Ben McCartney, who joined the Roadrunners about the last couple of weeks last season. He played 5 games, 1 goal, 4 assists, 5 points in those 4 games with the Roadrunners. He came with Tyler Emberson at the end of their respective leagues. When their season ended, they joined the Roadrunners in the last few weeks of their season. But, immediately made an impact. Point per game player in 4 games. Emberson only had 1 goal in 4 games. But it's good that players make an impact quick in the American Hockey League. So I'm excited for Ben McCartney. Excited to see a full season of him. When it's a tank year for the NHL team and a rebuilding, retooling year, you have to kind of shift focus back to the Tucson Roadrunners. I was hoping to be done with the Roadrunners, but unfortunately I'll have to keep an eye on them for this season, as I'm sure I'll get tired of watching the Coyotes lose night in and night out and have to, bleach my eyes with the Tucson Roadrunners. Next, we have Leanne Kirk from Britain, the first born and professionally trained British player in the NHL, I believe. I think he's going to play on the Roadrunners this upcoming season. He just signed his contract a couple months ago, maybe just 1 month ago. I don't have expectations for him. I don't think he'll ever make the Arizona Coyotes. It's a good feel-good story. He showed up in the World Championships with Great Britain. I was going to say Finland, but with Great Britain, he showed up. He scored a lot. He made an impact. That's why he got a lot of buzz generating around him. And, I think it earned him a contract. It gives Bill Armstrong a look, and he could put him down in the Tucson Roadrunners, but I don't expect him to make the jump to the NHL. I hope to be wrong, but just to set everyone else's expectations, you should be more excited for Macelli and McCartney first, and then maybe go to Leanne Kirk. Next, we have Manix Landry, a great first name. He was just drafted this summer, I believe in the 5th round. So it's good, that a most recent draft pick is going to be playing in the rookie tournament. I wish Josh Stone was in it as well, but he's not. And then we have Valentin Nussbaumer, who's been stuck in the Swiss leagues for a very long time, a Swiss national player. And hopefully he joins the Roadrunners this upcoming season, gets a full North American season under his belt, and progresses. He was drafted, I believe, in 2019, so it's getting up there in draft years where he should probably be on the Roadrunners and start making an impact. Moving to the defensemen, we have Yanny Moser, who a lot of people are saying he's very mature and could actually crack the defenseman lineup for the Coyotes. I don't think so. I think there's a lot of competition for the Coyotes defenseman pairings this season. I like their D lineup. Yes, I still haven't put their full roster on a board and made power play units, penalty kill units, or just, throw all their names up there. But you got Strawman, Chikrin, Gostisbehere, Lyubushkin. I'm already missing some names. Capobianco. So Victor Soderstrom's going to be fighting for a spot. A lot of people want Soderstrom in the Tucson Roadrunners to shield him from a rebuilding year. But obviously Soderstrom is ahead of Moser in the depth charts. So I don't expect Moser to make the roster. And Soderstrom, if one of them's going to make it, it better be Soderstrom. If they put Soderstrom on the Roadrunners and then Moser on the Coyotes, that really doesn't make sense to me. They just drafted Moser a month ago in the entry-level draft. So I don't expect him to make the Coyotes roster. I expect him to play for the Roadrunners and grow his game. Maybe if there's injuries, there's always injuries with the Coyotes on their D lineups, then maybe he could sneak in. But I'm looking at Soderstrom to be on the NHL roster, maybe a night in, night out type of guy, rotating in so he gets shielded. Maybe only play him against teams that maybe you'll win, or maybe be competitive against, and then throw in Lyubushkin against the tough teams. Speaking of Lyubushkin, he's got a countryman joining him very soon, Provolnev, who is on the rookie roster but is 26 years old. So that's a man, 26 years old. You're a man, you're a strong man who should have a mortgage, maybe at 26 years old. But they signed him as a free agent in March, in the middle of the shortened season we just had. But yes, he's a Russian defenseman, big, physical, a Lyubushkin type player. So hopefully they're looking for a Lyubushkin type experiment who progresses well and turns into a Lyubushkin. It's good, Lyubushkin gets a friend. I know Lyubushkin isn't the greatest at the English language, so maybe he can help Provolnev, and it gives Lyubushkin a bit of like a pump in his step, being like that Russian veteran on the Coyotes, and taking someone under his wing, but they might be the same age, or even Polvonev might be older. I don't actually know how old Labushkin is. And we have Dmitry Yaskin coming from the KHL as well. So got a trio of Russian players on the Coyotes that could help everyone get acclimated to the North American culture. Moving on, Tyler Emberson, I already mentioned, he joined the Roadrunners late last season with McCartney, 1 goal in 4 games. Look to him to be a mainstay on the Roadrunners defense for the next season. Cameron Crotty, all these players are entry draft players by the Coyotes except Provolnev. There's obviously a lot of other players on the rookie tournament roster, but those are all amateur tryout players. So I don't really want to waste mental energy on those types of players, and neither should you. You should familiarize with draft picks that the Coyotes have made and a free agent signing that should crack the defenseman for the Coyotes. So Cameron Crotty, an older entry-level draft player the Coyotes have made. He played full-time with the Roadrunners last season, not mustering much. I think it was 4 points in 32 games. So he's got 1 AHL season under his belt compared to all these other players. So, look to him to bring some experience. Maybe he jumps in the depth chart in this upcoming American Hockey League season. And, Garland didn't have a great first year in the American Hockey Leagues either, but his second season was great, and that's what got him the promotion to the Coyotes, and he never looked back since then. So, I'm not high on Cameron Crotty, but, he is a draft pick. You should get to know him if you're a Roadrunners fan. He'll be a mainstay on the team next season. And then for goalies, it's pretty bad. Only 1 draft goalie they have, which is David Tendek, who will be the backup for the Roadrunners next season, backing up Prosvetov. I do not want to see Prosvetov touch NHL ice next season. You can leave that for Kozhanaj and the tank commander, Carter Hutton. But Tendek, going to get a full American League season under his belt. Prosvetov was the backup last season. No, he was a full-timer because they had to carry 3 goalies last season due to the weird COVID protocols. So Prosvetov will get a second shot at being the Roadrunner starter, and then he'll have Tendek as his backup. That's it for rookie rosters, draft picks, get to know them. Familiarize yourselves with them. Hopefully it's a good development camp. Maybe some news comes out of that. The Kachina rebrand, the white jersey reveal might be coming at the end of September. They've been teasing it for months. The worst kept secret in hockey. It's pretty much it. Do I expect them to win the tournament? Not really. I like the forward grouping. But the defense is kind of weak after Moser. Prosvetov's a physical guy, so maybe he might not do much. The goalies, you just have Tendek and then a couple amateur trial goalies. So I'm not expecting much. Just, maybe Gunther. I hope Gunther makes headlines. Maybe he scores a hat trick, or people say, hey, he's actually really good. The way he's skating, his playmaking, his shot is above everyone else's in this rookie tournament, and he stands up. That's what I'm really looking for, is Gunther to stand out, and journalists, reporters, whoever's watching this rookie tournament just makes note of it and releases some articles and just says things like, hey, look out for Arizona's Gunther. So that's what I'm looking at this tournament. Maybe some highlights from Macelli. I'm honestly so excited for Macelli. I don't know if you can tell, but I expect huge things from him. Honestly, one of my most hyped players on this board, besides Gunther. But I know Gunther's going to spend another year with his respective college, university, or just minor league team, whatever it is. I'm pretty sure it's Western Hockey League. But Macelli, hopefully he's on the Roadrunners. Hopefully he makes a huge impact. And maybe look to him to push some wingers in the Coyotes camp as well. A scoring winger, a sniper. The Coyotes don't have that. So I hope maybe in training camp for the Coyotes, he makes some headlines and makes people's eyes gravitate towards him. I'd love to see that. So that's it for me. As far as arena talk, I know I made jokes. Tomorrow, September 2nd, is the final deadline for putting in a bid for for a pot of land in Tempe, Arizona. Coyotes have already said they're placing a bid on it. When they're going to announce who wins the bid, I have no idea. I really hoped journalists would do their job and ask those types of questions, but it seems like it's all, inflammatory headlines, relocation, whatever gets you clicks. But, if there was a journalist who would ask, Tempe City Council, hey, when are the bids going to be announced, or the bid that wins? That'd be great information to have. Right now, all we're working on is that the bids are due. They need to be submitted by September 2nd, and then we'll move on from there. So that's it for me. Thanks for watching. I'll get back into it. Maybe some news. They're not going to be signing Henrik Lundqvist. That meme died when he retired. So they're going with Hutton and Kojanaj, I guess, which doesn't sit well with me. Maybe a goalie somewhere out there still needs a job. Devin Dubnyk. I'd be down for that. So yeah, that's it for me. Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, spread the word. And as always, thank you for your support.